today is Friday, March 19th, and got through another week. I can't already believe we're already at March 19th. It seems like just a few days ago I was setting goals for March, and now we're halfway through them, and I don't feel like I've made a lot of progress in March, but I'll get into that later. So let's talk about what I made to eat last week. So last weekend I made a couple of big things, and it seems like we ate on them all week. In fact, today's Friday and I'm sick of all the food I made, and so maybe we'll go out to dinner tonight. But I had made that biscuits and gravy bake, so we had that. We had our bacon and English muffins all week. We had yogurt all week. I also made an enchilada pasta skillet last Sunday, and on Sunday I made a new recipe, loaded up chicken bake. And so I'm gonna put a little clip in right now.
Getting ready to start my meal prep for the weekend to get ready for my school week, and so I'm gonna do a bunch of that Hormel Black Label center cut bacon. It's only two slices for 1 point. Is terrific on these Thomas 100-calorie wheat English muffins. So gonna get a bunch ready for this week. I'm gonna pop it in the oven for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Then I'll flip all the bacon and do it about 10 or 15 minutes more. 2 packages of bacon all finished. All I gotta do is take it off of there and drain it on some paper towels, and then I'll stick it in a big baggie and put it in the fridge. It's Saturday, and this is what is for breakfast / lunch today. It is 3 points for the English muffin, 2 points for the bacon, 2 points for the egg, and 1 point for the Velveeta slice. So scrumptious little breakfast / lunch, because it's already noon. Today for my meal prep, I made a new recipe called loaded chicken bake, and then I made a standby that I've made several times before, the enchilada chicken or enchilada skillet casserole. I'm super hungry, so I ran to the grocery store really quick, and I decided I really needed to add some vegetables and protein because I'm starving. So I had already purchased a rotisserie chicken, so I chopped up some of that meat from the rotisserie. It's 4 ounces on this salad and 4 ounces on the one I packed for my lunch for school tomorrow. And then I've got some real bacon bits, a tablespoon on there of that, 2 tablespoons of that Olive Garden Italian dressing, and then some scallions, tomatoes. So I'm getting ready to devour this, and I went ahead and made me one for tomorrow as well to take to school. So the enchilada pasta skillet is one of our favorites, and it was really funny because I made that Sunday with the loaded chicken bake, and of course James came home Sunday and he was like, he wants the enchilada pasta skillet, which is great. I wanted it too, tasted good. And so I just put all the leftovers in individual containers for the week. And what did he do the next couple days? He didn't grab the other things, the loaded up chicken bake, because he wanted that pasta skillet, and so he ended up, I think I got 1 more serving of it, but he ate all the rest of it this week. And so I feel like I was stuck with the loaded up chicken bake, and not that it was bad, but it was kind of salty. I don't know that I'll make it again, so I don't know that it's going to be a recommendation of mine. It was easy, and it used the biscuits, which I love, and it used rotisserie chicken, which I love, and it kind of reminded me of biscuits and gravy, but with chicken, and it was good, and it was warm and comforting, that kind of thing. But again, I don't think James touched it, so that left all 6 servings for me, and I'm sick of it now. The other thing, I made cheeseburgers another night, and so we had those from the week prior. Those were good, of course.
And then I told you last week that I'd overplanned and that I had enough for 2 weeks. Well, I still do. So I'm looking at my meal plan right now on this piece of paper, and I've checked off the things I did, but then I still have plenty of meals left to make for next week. So I'm not doing a big grocery haul or anything this week, and I'm gonna continue down the same meal plan that I had for last week, but continuing it to this week. So tonight I had planned to make my Instapot spaghetti, which is one of James' favorites, but it's been a week, another big week at school, and so I'm tired tonight. We may go out to dinner tonight and stay home tomorrow night, and I'll make the spaghetti then. That's what I'm saying right this second. So anyway, the spaghetti will get made either tonight or, let's be honest, probably tomorrow night. And then, so we'll have that going into next week, the spaghetti. I still have pork chops in the freezer to make. I got Amy Lou's chicken sausages still to make. I've still got the tilapia that's in the freezer that I bought with some rice. So I got a lot of meals still ready to go pretty easy for next week. I still have a couple more hamburger patties frozen that I can throw on the grill. So I don't need to plan any more food for next week. I will make my overnight oats for this week. This next week, I'll make those this weekend to get ready for school next week, but I'm not gonna have a lot of meal prep to do this weekend, and I don't want to. So that's how that's going to be. How did I do on the scale? Well, remember last Wednesday and Thursday, I was up 1.6, which I had lost the week before. But then I weighed again on Friday morning and I was down 1.1. So then I turned around and weighed this Wednesday and I was up a couple pounds, but by then this morning I'm down those couple pounds. So it feels like it's all a wash. And I look back at this whole month. That's why I said I can't believe it's already March 19th, because March 3rd, the weight I was at March 3rd, I am just kind of hovering around that same weight, and it's March 19th. I wrote this down in here. Let me pull this out real quick and take a look. I just feel like, that's why I feel like I haven't made any gains this month, but I have in other areas, so I'm going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, so I started off March 3rd with a nice weight loss of 1.6. So I was down to 238.6, and then I went up the next week and then down a little bit, and then today back up. So today I am basically a half a pound different than I was at the beginning of the month. So I don't know, I guess my body's just kind of like holding on to this weight a little bit, but then I'm thinking, what am I doing, you know, like, or what am I overdoing? So I've been thinking about this. And the lesson topic this week was sleep. And my sleep, I value my sleep a lot, and I have trouble sleeping sometimes, but over the years I figured out different things about my sleep, and I'm very ritualistic through the week to get my sleep down because I know how important it is. So pretty much, I start winding down for bed pretty early. And what I mean by winding down is I stop looking at work and school email I like to stop looking at that by 6 o'clock at night, because if not, my mind just goes right back to work and there's no turning it off. So I've learned over several years that when I get home, I need to be home and not at work anymore, or freaking just go back to work. So when I get home, I try to do the things that I like to do at home. I'm taking care of my plants, I'm getting dinner ready, I'm relaxing, I'm doing a few chores around the house. But I'm not going back to my work email and trying to do projects, because if I do, my mind just goes right back on work after I've done all the different things to get away from work. So the last 2 weeks, what I've done really well is I've started incorporating again my strength training when I get home from school. And I've done a really great job with that this past few weeks. ever since I went through physical therapy, I've decided I have to make my strength training a priority. So I've kept that up. I did really well with that all last week. Anytime I do some kind of exercise when I get home from school, it helps me relax, no matter, and that's been consistent throughout my life, whether it's walk, try to run, strength train. And once I do that, and I like doing it after school because of the stress relief, once I do that, my mind starts turning off of work, which is a good thing, because that's what I have trouble with, is the brain. So if I do things like just, oh, let's just check the email, after I've done all that, it totally defeats the whole purpose. And then when James comes home, we like to visit, and so we do talk about our days, but once we talk about them, and he's the same way, we kind of get that out of our system, we need to do that. Then we might watch TV and relax, and we might have a glass of wine. A lot of times I'll take a hot bath at night and relax, do my fingernails or something like that. James always sets out his clothes for the next work day. He's the one that does the dishes for after dinner, and then he makes coffee for the next morning. So he has his nightly routines and I have mine. I do my skincare and all that kind of stuff before I go to bed. And then sometimes in my life, I've also been a reader before I go to bed. Not so much since I met James, because we like to visit so much. And so by the time it's time to go to bed, and I really, during the school year, I like to go to bed and be in bed at 9 o'clock so that I can fall asleep by 10, because it takes me a while. I just can't go in there and go straight to sleep. So reading helps, but I haven't been doing a lot of that lately. What I think with my weight, when I think about my sleep, one of the things that I've used, and I've used it probably since I've been an administrator to help myself relax at night, is to have a glass of wine or a beer, or, since I've done Weight Watchers, I'm very careful about tracking all my points for my alcoholic beverages at night and on the weekends too. But I think during more stressful times, instead of having one 6-ounce glass of wine, I'll have 2, and I'll track 12 ounces of wine, which I've got the points, and I've allotted for that, so I don't feel like I'm an alcoholic, and it helps me relax. But when I want to cut back and lose weight, you can't do that and have a 12-ounce glass of wine every night. I mean, you can, but your weight loss stalls, and I think mine has a little bit, because I've been drinking more in the evening times as a relaxation too, and I like to drink wine. So I haven't shared this with anyone before, but I think that I've really been reflecting a lot on it recently, because I want to consistently lose a pound or 2 a week, and I think my wine gets in the way. And so, especially in times of stress, because then when I have the extra glass of wine, then I'm a lot freer on, I'm just gonna have some chips too, or you know what, just give me a little bit more, just a little bit more, 3 or 4 ounces. Well, then you're up to, 12, 18, you're up to a lot more than just 2 glasses or 1 glass of wine, which is okay. So I gotta rein that in this week. So I'm gonna focus on it for the rest of this month for sure, because I don't want this month to be a wash, and I don't think it has been health-wise, because I'm doing my exercises and I feel really strong there. It's just managing stress. And managing stress is hard. I used to be a smoker. Like, I would smoke a pack a day, and I haven't smoked it's been 12 years now. But for a big part of my life, I was a chain smoker, and that was a relaxation, way because I was stressed out. Then when you don't have that vice to go to, you turn, you eat randomly, or you drink more, or it's coping mechanism, and I know that's what alcohol is too, because it relaxes me. You know, it makes me feel good. It's not like I'm getting blind drunk or going to work with hangovers and things like that. I'm not. But in the evening, it does relax me. So I'm torn between. I know I need a good night's sleep. If you overdrink, though, you won't sleep well. I know that. I've had too much to drink, and then you don't sleep well. There's like a sweet spot, you know? Anyway, so going back to sleep patterns, I need to adjust to that a little bit. I think also what I need to do is I need to start reading before I go to bed a little bit. Love talking to James, love watching TV, but that will help me put me to sleep faster than anything, and I love to read. So I think I'm going to start doing more of that. The good news about my sleep is that as long as I don't have caffeine at night, my getting to sleep isn't too big of a deal. Now, there was a night this past week, it was last Sunday actually. Sunday or Monday? No, it was Monday. It was Monday, because I went into the tax office Monday, and I had a Coke Zero there that had some caffeine in it, and then I came home and I drank 2 more Coke Zeros, and I didn't even think about it. I usually buy decaf Coke Zero, but since the pandemic, I can't find it. So I'm just stuck with the stuff that has caffeine in it, which I'm fine if I drink like 1 during the day at lunch, or if I just had 1 right now, it's like 4 o'clock, 4:30, I'd be okay. But if I have 2 of them or 3, oh no, that's way too much caffeine at night. I can't sleep. That happened Monday night, and it was so funny because I felt like I didn't sleep all night. And then we had at Weight Watchers this week was the meaty topic of sleep, and I'm like, well, I've learned all these things over the years, but still sometimes I stumble. You know, like it was just an accident that I had too much caffeine, and then I was up all night. Otherwise, I'm a firm believer in wind down and relaxing and turning your mind off and going to bed, because I am a morning person that functions really well if I've had a great night's sleep. So I'm getting very rambly now. But anyway, so my goal for the rest of the month will be to really try to do some things differently to relax than having 2 glasses of wine. 1 glass I'm okay with. I can handle 6 ounces of wine, so 5 points, and I'm on the green plan for a reason. I like all my points. I don't mind counting everything. If we still had to count fruit, I'd be fine with that too, because I used to be on Weight Watchers a long time ago where you counted everything as exchanges and fruit. There weren't any free foods, because I don't think any food's free, you know. Look, I never got fat on bananas and salad to begin with, but I do like, it doesn't bother me to calculate everything that I put in my mouth. Now, I don't calculate my fruit and vegetables, but I'd be better off if I ate more fruit and vegetables. If that's another thing, I really would like to increase my fruit and vegetables. And so when I went to the store yesterday, I did buy some more fruit, some more vegetables. Now, I know that I'm the only one in this house that will eat them, so it's hard to prepare just, you know, if I get salad stuff, it's just for me. James isn't going to touch it, so I got to buy just a little bit at a time or it'll go bad. So same with fruit. He won't eat fruit either. So I normally just have a banana a day, and that's my fruit. I went ahead this week and I bought some strawberries and some pineapple and some blueberries, so I'm going to get some more variety in that way. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, for now, that's my healthy reflection for this week. I don't know, it was just kind of it was a stressful week, and I foresee next week as being hell. Torture is hell. No, I'm excited. All the kids are coming back to school next week, and I'm looking forward to it. But there are a lot of people stressed out about it, so that will rub off on me. I know it will. So next week I will focus on managing my stress. That's what I'm going to do. Controlling what I can control and letting the rest go away. So I'm gonna keep on doing my physical therapy, my strength training exercises. Those are doing my body well. My body will shed the weight when it's supposed to, and I'm gonna remember that I'm just trying to live the process of being a healthy person, and keep on doing that. And you know, a year from now, I still want to be a healthy person, and 2 years from now, I still want to be a healthy person, and physically, mentally, and in balance. So that's what I'm working on. That's it. Bye.